Hello everyone, my name is Stephan Roman and I'm the author of Island Empires, a new book which explores the enigmatic and intriguing relationship between Romanov Russia, Britain and the Isle of Wight. I'm standing inside St Mildred's Royal Church in Whippingham on the Isle of Wight, and I'm actually in the Battenberg Chapel. This church and this particular chapel have a resonance in my book, a very important one, and play a key role in the story which I explore about the relationship between the Romanovs and the British royal family. It was here that Princess Victoria Mountbatten, the elder sister of the Tsarina, created a memorial plaque for her murdered family. This is the only memorial that was erected in Britain to the Romanovs till 2 or 3 years ago. And it's tucked away here in the corner of the chapel, quite hard, or very hard to find, and I think therein lies a story. Princess Victoria tried desperately to save some members of the Russian Imperial family in those dark days of 1918 when they were imprisoned by the Bolsheviks in Ekaterinburg in Siberia. She particularly wanted to save the 3 youngest daughters whom she thought she might be able to rescue. I'm now going to read an extract from my book, Island Empires, which deals with this particular episode. The refusal of the British government to offer asylum to the Romanovs in early 1917 had appalled Princess Victoria. It's unlikely that she knew the full story behind this, and to the end of her days probably blamed the British Prime Minister Lloyd George for what had happened. However, there are indications that she suspected that the king had not been as helpful as he might have been. This was King George V, the first cousin of Tsar Nicholas II. In her desperation to find a way of bringing at least some of the family to safety, she turned to the Foreign Secretary, Arthur Balfour, a man whom she respected and whom she knew had expressed sympathies for the former Tsar and his family. In a letter written to Balfour on the 23rd of May 1918, Victoria pleaded that an attempt should be made to save the 3 youngest Romanov daughters, Maria, Tatiana and Anastasia. Already she feared it might be too late for the Tsar and the Tsarevich, as it was unlikely they would ever be released by the Bolsheviks. She also thought that the eldest daughter, Olga, might be retained as a hostage. In her view, though, there was hope for the other 3 girls. They can be of no value and importance as hostages to a Russian government, she wrote, nor be an embarrassment to any other government in whose country they might reside. I desire greatly, if it be possible, to try and have these girls, the youngest of whom are 19 and 17 years old only, put under my charge. Princess Victoria believed the Isle of Wight might be an ideal refuge for the Romanov Grand Duchesses. It was a quiet and remote place. She described it as this out-of-the-way little Isle of Wight. Girls could live in a simple private life with me, who am myself quite politically unimportant. There they could live in total obscurity and be kept away from any Russians. A sense of despair comes over very clearly in this letter. Here is an aunt trying to save her beloved nieces. She's beginning to fear the worst, but is willing to make one last effort. I'd like to thank all of you who've been showing an interest in my book. It will be available from Medina Publishing Limited and the Medina Bookshop, and also from other reputable booksellers and suppliers in the UK. Thank you very much for your interest in the book. Spasiba.